9 compliments that make women fall for you. Proven attraction psychology. Stoicism. Modern stoic. Love is not about what you say, but what you make the other person feel. Anonymous. Gentlemen, let's talk about something that could change the entire way you approach attraction. Imagine this. One sentence, just one, that could make her heart race and etch your memory into her mind forever. Would you still waste time with generic compliments like, "You look hot," or "nice dress"? Most men are unaware of the real power their words hold. They assume attraction is all about looks, wealth, or status. But here's the truth. What truly sets you apart is how you make her feel. It's not what you have. It's how you carry yourself and the emotions you invoke. Here's where you can make a huge difference. A well-timed, thoughtful compliment. If you're out there tossing around empty compliments like, "You're cute," or "nice outfit," you're just another face in the crowd. You'll blend in, and you won't leave a lasting impression. But if you understand the Stoic principles of attraction, self-mastery, strategic communication, and quiet confidence, you'll realize it's not just what you say, but how you say it. It's about evoking the right feelings and displaying true respect. If you're serious about standing out, cultivating deeper connections, and leaving a lasting impression, stay tuned. And if you're ready to transform your approach to relationships, hit subscribe. Every video here is a step toward mastering your mindset and becoming someone she can't forget. Compliment 1. That fragrance you're wearing is addictive. It smells amazing. Fragrance is a game changer when it comes to attraction, yet it's often overlooked by most men. Here's the thing. If you understand the deeper psychology of desire, you'll realize that a woman's scent holds far more significance than just a pleasant aroma. Fragrance has the power to trigger memories and stir emotions in ways words alone can't. Just think about it. How often has a familiar scent instantly transported you back in time, maybe to a nostalgic summer evening, or to a tender embrace from someone you cared about? That's because smell is directly tied to the brain's limbic system, the very area responsible for our memories and emotions. So, when you compliment a woman's fragrance, you're not simply telling her, "You smell nice." You're telling her, "Your presence stays with me long after you're gone, lingering in my mind, leaving an imprint." This type of compliment, rooted in psychological depth, is far more powerful and alluring than a superficial comment. It's intoxicating. Now let's be real, most men don't give this much thought. They default to generic lines like, "You look good," or "That dress is pretty." But a man who notices the subtleties, the way her scent wraps around her presence, how it affects him, and how it lingers in his mind, is a man who stands out. He's not just throwing words into the air to fill silence. Instead, he is fully aware of his surroundings, paying attention to the little details that others miss. This attentiveness is what makes him magnetic. Women are not just attracted to a man's physical appearance. They're drawn to his ability to be present, his sharp awareness, and his ability to recognize the things that others may overlook. When you pay attention to how a woman smells and compliment her scent, you're showing her that you are focused, grounded, and genuinely invested in the moment. This is where Stoicism plays a pivotal role. A Stoic man knows the weight of his words. He doesn't speak for the sake of hearing himself talk or to fill awkward silences. Every word he chooses carries intent. He understands that compliments are not about seeking validation, but about expressing something genuine and meaningful. The difference between a man who knows his worth and one who seeks attention is crystal clear in the way he speaks. When you tell a woman, "That fragrance you're wearing is addictive," say it with quiet confidence, not loud desperation. A Stoic man doesn't over-explain or exaggerate. He simply speaks truthfully and intentionally, in a way that resonates on a deeper level. When you deliver this compliment, it's not just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about making her feel unforgettable. Imagine the impact when she walks past you or sprays that same perfume again and recalls the exact moment you noticed her scent. It's not just about the chemistry of attraction, It's about psychological attraction. You've triggered a memory, an emotional connection that extends beyond the moment itself. It's a subtle yet profound effect, one that will linger in her mind long after the conversation ends. Think about it. The more thoughtful and intentional you are with your words, the more you'll stand out. In a world where most men are content with shallow compliments, the one who notices the details, who is present, and who speaks with intention is the one who leaves a lasting impression. So don't just settle for generic praise. Look deeper. Pay attention to the way a woman carries herself, the energy she brings, the scent she wears, and then speak to that in a way that shows you're fully tuned into her presence. Because when you do, you're not just giving a compliment, you're making a statement, and women remember that. What do you think? Have you noticed the power of a well-placed compliment in your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Compliment 2. Your smile could brighten up an entire room. Your smile could brighten up an entire room? It's a phrase that, at first glance, might seem simple or even cliché, but let's peel back the layers, because it carries immense depth and most men miss it entirely. A smile isn't just a physical expression, it's a reflection of her essence, a subtle yet powerful transmission of energy that can completely alter the atmosphere. When you tell a woman, your smile could brighten up an entire room, you're not merely commenting on the curve of her lips or the gleam of her teeth. You're acknowledging her presence in a way that transcends the superficial. You're recognizing that the energy she radiates can shift the emotional tone of any space she enters. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever been in a room where the air felt thick, anxiety, stress, and disconnection hanging in the air? Then, someone walks in, a person with a genuine, heartfelt smile, and suddenly, the energy lightens. The tension fades. That's not just charm, it's influence. It's an energy that can pull people together, make them feel seen and heard, and completely change the dynamic. That's power. Here's where the distinction lies between the average guy and the emotionally intelligent man. The average guy focuses on physical attributes. You look good. Nice smile. You're pretty. These are surface-level compliments, based on what can be seen, what's easy to express. But the emotionally intelligent man, someone who understands not just the aesthetics, but the depth of human interaction, recognizes that a smile is so much more than a simple expression. He sees how it impacts others, how it makes a room feel warmer, how it carries a sense of ease and calm. This isn't a compliment about her appearance. It's a compliment about her presence, her ability to create an atmosphere where people feel comfortable, valued, and at ease. And in today's world, that's a rare quality, one that many people overlook. The average man might notice her physical beauty, but only the observant, emotionally attuned man will recognize the profound power her smile carries. When you tell her, you light up a room with your smile, you're not only acknowledging her beauty, you're acknowledging the power she holds in shaping the emotional climate around her. That's more than just a compliment. It's a deep, thoughtful recognition of her ability to influence the world, even in subtle ways. Here's the hard truth. Most men fail to see this. They get stuck in the cycle of shallow compliments, consumed by the outward appearance, never stopping to appreciate the energy a woman brings into a space. A woman's smile isn't merely a piece of her physical beauty, it's a reflection of her emotional intelligence and strength. That smile can be the key to unlocking a feeling of connection in any setting, whether in a business meeting, a social gathering, or a quiet moment between two people. A woman's smile can disarm tension, break barriers, and foster an environment where others feel safe to be themselves. This is power, and when you recognize it, when you see the impact her smile has, you're signaling a level of emotional maturity and attentiveness that few men ever develop. In the modern world, where so much is based on surface-level interactions, the ability to notice and appreciate the subtleties of human energy, like a woman's smile, is something that sets you apart. It demonstrates that you're not just scanning her outward appearance, but paying attention to the less obvious qualities that define her presence and influence. This is an important distinction to make, especially as you navigate relationships and connections. Women, especially those who are emotionally intelligent themselves, notice when someone truly sees them for more than their looks. They feel the difference when they're appreciated not just for what they wear or how they look, but for how they make others feel. So, take a moment to recognize the power of her smile. It's not just a gesture, it's a form of emotional communication, a subtle yet profound expression of her energy. And when you acknowledge it, you're signaling that you're someone who can see beyond the surface to the deeper layers of connection. Compliment 3. I love how real you are. You don't try to fit in. You're just you. I love how real you are. You don't try to fit in. You're just you. Let's cut through the noise for a moment. The world is drowning in filters, not just on social media, but in real life. Everyone is wearing masks, pretending to be someone they're not, aiming to please, conform, and fit into a mold that others have designed for them. Authenticity? That's rare. That's revolutionary. When you tell a woman, I love how real you are, you're not just handing out a superficial compliment. You're affirming one of the boldest, most courageous choices a person can make today. The choice to stand firm in who they are without apology. In a world that punishes honesty and rewards conformity, this woman dares to be unapologetically herself. And that is beyond attractive, it's magnetic. Think about this. Women hear compliments about their appearance daily. You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're stunning. But how many men have the courage to dig deeper, to see beyond the surface and say, I admire your authenticity? That's where the power lies. It's not about the mask, it's about the soul. You're telling her, I see the real you, the one hiding beneath all the expectations and facades. I don't just admire your looks, I admire who you truly are. And that's the kind of admiration that sticks. As the great philosopher Socrates once said, the unexamined life is not worth living. When you recognize and praise a woman's authenticity, you're not just offering a compliment, you're inviting her to see herself in the same light. You're telling her that her true self is not only enough, but is, in fact, everything. This is powerful. This is seductive. Women long for the chance to be seen as more than just their outward appearance. They want to be understood, respected, and valued for their true essence. By acknowledging her authenticity, you're speaking to her deepest need, the need to be real, to be seen, and to be loved for who she truly is. And in doing so, you create a connection that is real, raw, and built on a foundation of mutual respect. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you tried to fit in, to play the game, to wear the mask? Now imagine the freedom in dropping all of that and embracing who you truly are. That's the kind of woman you want beside you, someone who, like you, has the courage to live authentically. So, the next time you're with her, don't just comment on her looks. Comment on her spirit, her authenticity, the boldness with which she shows up in the world. This isn't just a compliment. This is an affirmation. This is a recognition of her strength, and it will resonate with her long after you say it. As the famous writer Maya Angelou once said, we all should know that diversity makes for a rich tapestry, and we must understand that all the threads of the tapestry are equal in value no matter their colour. The same goes for authenticity. It's the thread that holds everything together, the foundation of who we are. By acknowledging that, you're offering her not just a compliment, but a true connection. So remember, don't just look at her and see beauty. Look deeper, see the soul, and watch as the magnetic force between you both grows. What would it mean for you if every woman you encountered felt like she was truly seen and valued for who she really was? Take action. Drop the masks. Embrace authenticity. Like this post if you believe that real connections are built on real people. Comment below with a time when someone appreciated your true self and how it made you feel. Compliment 4. You have this energy about you that draws people in. It's magnetic. You have this energy about you that draws people in. It's magnetic. Think about that for a moment. How does it feel to hear that someone finds your presence irresistible? This compliment isn't just a fleeting expression of flattery. It's the kind of feedback that signals you're operating on a higher frequency. In a world where superficiality dominates, this kind of remark strikes at the heart of what truly matters: authenticity. Attraction isn't just about how you look or how well you speak, it's about how you make others feel in your presence. As the legendary philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This isn't just a reflection of Stoic wisdom, it's a call to control your energy, to control your emotions, to take charge of your presence. When you walk into a room, do you command it with quiet confidence, or do you blend into the background? Understand this: people, especially women, are drawn to those who exude calmness, self-assuredness, and purpose. The modern Stoic knows that real attraction comes from within. It's not about chasing validation, it's about mastering yourself. Every man, no matter his background or past, has the potential to wield this magnetic energy. It starts with the inner work. So what's stopping you from cultivating this power? Are you giving in to the distractions of the modern world, or are you deliberately forging your presence to exude quiet strength? The way you carry yourself, how you speak, how you move, how you react, shapes the perception others have of you. Women are not merely attracted to your outer appearance, they are drawn to the energy you project, the vibe you give off. If you are deliberate about owning your space and not apologizing for your existence, that energy will speak louder than words. Think about the great men of history, the ones who had the world at their feet. Alexander the Great, Winston Churchill, Steve Jobs, all had one thing in common: an undeniable aura of confidence that made them seem untouchable. They didn't chase admiration, they attracted it. And so can you. What makes this even more profound is the psychology behind it. When you radiate self-assurance and strength, you become a beacon, drawing people to you without effort. Your mere presence becomes a complement to the world around you. The power you wield, the impact you have, is not tied to how much you talk, but rather how much you can remain calm and composed, how much you are the rock others can depend on. It's about being the Stoic leader of your life. Think about how you're showing up today. Are you being that man? The one who walks into any room and without saying a word commands respect, attention, and admiration. If you are, you're already halfway there. If not, know that every great man had to start somewhere. The difference between a man who is admired and a man who is ignored is one thing: presence. Your presence is your power, and it's something you can control. So don't wait for the world to acknowledge you. Take action. Cultivate that magnetic energy that makes people want to be around you, that makes women see you not just as a man, but as a force of nature. It's time to tap into your inner power and let it shine. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." The best way to show the world your strength is by not bending to its chaos. Be the man who doesn't chase validation. Instead, let your energy be so powerful that it attracts everything you desire. And remember, those who have mastered their energy never chase anything, they simply let the world come to them. Don't just exist, own your life, and let the world feel your presence. You've got this. Compliment 5. I admire your confidence. It's so refreshing to see someone own who they are. There's a reason why these words resonate deeply with women, and it's not just about the compliment itself, it's about the underlying psychology of attraction. Confidence, in its truest form, is incredibly magnetic. When a man can stand tall in his own skin, accepting both his strengths and his flaws, it creates an aura that draws others toward him. Confidence, unlike arrogance, has a humble yet undeniable power to make others feel safe, respected, and valued. In fact, one of the cornerstones of attraction psychology is that people are drawn to those who are secure in themselves, especially when this confidence doesn't come with an inflated ego. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This speaks directly to the inner strength and purpose that confidence provides. It's the reason why women find themselves naturally attracted to men who have a clear sense of direction and self-assuredness. This is not about boasting or looking for validation from others. True confidence is about knowing who you are, being unapologetic in your identity, and not seeking external approval to validate your existence. This doesn't mean being cocky or overbearing. In fact, Stoicism teaches us that one should never display pride or arrogance, but instead develop an unshakable inner strength. The Stoic mindset, a powerful tool in modern-day attraction, encourages men to maintain composure and perspective, even when faced with adversity. Think of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, whose life was a lesson in remaining grounded in the face of challenges. His wisdom can be applied today by simply maintaining calm in situations where others may falter. Women are naturally drawn to this sense of calm confidence because it shows emotional intelligence and self-discipline, two qualities that go far beyond the superficial. When a man can control his emotions, react thoughtfully rather than impulsively, and lead with integrity, it makes him not only more attractive but also more trustworthy. The power of a compliment like, "I admire your confidence," is that it does more than just make her feel good. It acknowledges her strength and independence, something that many women value deeply. It isn't just about being physically attractive. It's about recognizing the depth of a person's character and their ability to be resilient in a world that often tests their limits. When a man genuinely admires a woman's confidence, it creates a bond of mutual respect. It shows that he sees her for who she truly is, not just as an object to be won over. As psychologist and author Dr. Robert Glover once wrote, "When you give someone the gift of your full attention, you are not only acknowledging their worth, but you're also demonstrating that you believe they matter." In real life, the power of complimenting confidence can be seen in how people interact. In both professional and personal relationships, individuals who exude confidence often attract others who value strength, stability, and emotional maturity. However, the key is not to use the compliment as a mere tool for manipulation, but as a sincere recognition of the person's inner strength. When done right, it can create a ripple effect that leads to a deeper connection, one built on respect and admiration, rather than superficial attraction. In conclusion, if you want to increase your attractiveness to women, start by being confident in yourself. Cultivate the inner peace that comes with Stoic principles. Take pride in your character and aim to be the kind of man who commands respect not through words, but through actions. As the philosopher Seneca once said, "True happiness is to be found in the cultivation of virtue, and from that, all the things will flow." Confidence is a virtue, and it's one that will not only make you more attractive, but will also lead you toward becoming a better, more grounded version of yourself. What do you think about the power of confidence in attraction? Have you experienced a situation where your own confidence made a difference in how you were perceived? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Compliment 6. There's something about the way you think that's incredibly intriguing. I could listen to you for hours. When it comes to attracting a woman, it's not always the flashy gestures or grand declarations that win her over. Sometimes, it's the quiet power of how you think, how you carry yourself mentally. One of the most powerful compliments you can give a woman is recognizing the depth of her intellect and emotional world. Saying something like, "There's something about the way you think that's incredibly intriguing. I could listen to you for hours," may seem simple, but the impact it carries is profound. This compliment taps into the very essence of who she is, beyond the surface. It shows that you value her thoughts and opinions, not just her appearance or the usual pleasantries people exchange. In a world where people often feel unheard, this recognition can make her feel seen in a deeply personal way. It's not just about the words themselves, but the subtle underlying message. You are interesting, you are worthy of attention, and I am truly interested in who you are as a person. It's a compliment that elevates her mind, acknowledging that her intellectual contributions, ideas, and perspectives are just as captivating as her physical beauty. Modern attraction psychology suggests that women, especially those who have a sense of self-awareness and confidence, are drawn to men who possess a similar depth. A well-rounded man who practices Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in resilience, rationality, and emotional intelligence, can deliver this compliment without sounding disingenuous or manipulative. Stoicism teaches that genuine attraction is rooted in strength of character, self-control, and the ability to maintain emotional balance. This means, when you compliment a woman in a way that acknowledges her mind, you're signaling that you have the ability to do so without resorting to flattery or playing games. You're not looking to impress her for short-term validation, but rather creating a deeper, more meaningful connection based on mutual respect. You are signaling that you're a man of depth, someone capable of both being attentive and truly listening. Women are often attracted to men who are self-assured enough to not only speak their minds, but also to listen to others with sincerity and genuine interest. Incorporating Stoic principles into modern dating can create a natural, magnetic aura that draws people to you. When you lead with intellectual and emotional depth, it moves the conversation away from trivial matters and towards something more meaningful. You're not just exchanging words for the sake of passing time, you're having a dialogue that connects your minds, stimulates thought, and fosters real intimacy. This kind of connection is rarer than many realize, and when you present yourself as someone who values genuine communication, it stands out. You are creating an atmosphere where both of you can grow intellectually and emotionally, making the connection even stronger. The key to delivering this compliment effectively is to make it feel authentic. Don't simply say it for the sake of getting a reaction. Be present in the moment and genuinely listen to her when she speaks. Reflect on her thoughts and allow the compliment to arise naturally, not forced or rehearsed. Authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in and makes them feel like they are in the presence of someone who truly values them. If you say, "I could listen to you for hours," make sure you've shown through your actions that you're the kind of person who would be content to spend that time just listening. This means engaging with her ideas, asking thoughtful questions, and showing appreciation for the way she views the world. When you genuinely listen and show curiosity, your compliment becomes an extension of your behavior, not just an empty phrase. In modern life, with distractions everywhere, it's easy to get lost in superficial exchanges or get caught up in trying to impress others. However, taking a moment to truly engage with someone on a deeper level creates a memorable impact. People remember those who listen, those who truly acknowledge them beyond the surface. It's not about the momentary excitement of a flashy compliment, but rather the lasting sense of connection you build when you take the time to appreciate someone for who they are at their core. In a world where so many are focused on external validation, this kind of deep recognition can be incredibly attractive and rewarding. Compliment 7. Your style is effortlessly cool. It's like you just get it. Your style is effortlessly cool. It's like you just get it. This compliment isn't just about clothing or the latest fashion trend. It cuts deeper. It's the power of presence. It signals that you have a sense of self-assurance that no one can mimic, something that women find magnetic and irresistible. Let's be honest, every man can put on a nice outfit, but only a few exude that effortless cool. This rare quality is built on the foundation of inner strength, stoicism, and deep understanding of the world around you. The secret lies in your calm demeanor, your sense of control, and the ease with which you navigate life's challenges. It's not about flashy words or gestures. It's about embodying a lifestyle that radiates confidence without trying. Remember, the key is stoic composure. You must learn to remain unaffected by the small dramas around you, allowing only your higher virtues to define your actions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This is the cornerstone of modern Stoicism, the idea that you can control how you perceive and respond to the world. Women aren't simply drawn to your external style. They're attracted to your mental strength, your ability to stay calm under pressure, and your ability to reflect wisdom in your actions. They want someone who can be a rock, someone who isn't swayed by the whims of fleeting emotions or superficial circumstances. They want a man who is secure in his own skin, who understands the nature of life's transient challenges and approaches them with clear-headed precision. When you master this, your presence becomes magnetic. It's the subtle confidence that draws people to you, not because you seek attention, but because you don't need it. This isn't about arrogance. It's about understanding your worth without needing to validate it. The power lies in silence, in action over words, in the ability to just be. Women will recognize this effortlessly. The man who practices Stoic detachment commands attention because he operates from a place of emotional mastery, not emotional neediness. But there's more to it than just being cool. The right compliment can spark attraction because it acknowledges the very essence of who a woman is, her inner qualities. When you say, "Your intelligence is so captivating," you've shown that you see her as more than just her external beauty. You recognize her mind, her drive, her ambition. This compliment goes beyond the surface. It engages her deeper self. Women value this recognition because, in a world obsessed with physical appearances, being appreciated for their minds and capabilities is rare. Here, the words you use matter. Every compliment should be rooted in genuine admiration, not flattery. As Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The same applies here. The compliment must be consistent, grounded in the habits of your interactions, and delivered with intent. Women are drawn to men who show depth in their perception, who understand what makes them truly unique. There's power in authenticity. No one wants to hear empty compliments. You need to understand her at a profound level. When you tell her, "I admire how you always handle difficult situations with grace," it's not just a compliment. It's a recognition of her strength. It shows you are paying attention, that you see her inner resilience. The depth of your observations will make her feel heard and appreciated in ways that no superficial flattery can. In our fast-paced, emotionally chaotic world, women crave stability. They need a man who not only speaks with conviction, but who lives by conviction. As Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom comes when you control your impulses and actions, and that's when your words will have the most impact. Your compliment must come from a place of genuine respect, not from an attempt to win her favour. When you compliment her without needing anything in return, you display the ultimate power, the power of detachment and strength. Compliment 8. I really respect how passionate you are about the things you care about. It's inspiring. Compliments have the power to deepen a connection and leave a lasting impression, but it's not just about flattery. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction, the power of authenticity, and the subtle art of making a woman feel seen and valued. Men who know how to give a meaningful compliment are often the ones who stand out, not because they simply speak kind words, but because their words reflect depth and genuine admiration. One such compliment that stands out is, "I really respect how passionate you are about the things you care about." It's inspiring. This isn't a generic line, but rather a statement that taps into something far more profound: recognition of a woman's drive, her values, and the energy she pours into what she loves. By acknowledging her passion, you're acknowledging her humanity in a way that many overlook. Passion is contagious. It's what fuels success, creativity, and purpose. When you compliment someone for their enthusiasm, you're not just admiring an external trait, you're recognizing the fire that motivates them, making them feel understood on a deeper level. In the world of modern attraction psychology, this kind of compliment is highly effective because it speaks directly to a woman's sense of self-worth. Women are often praised for their looks, but rarely for their dedication, ambitions, and the things they deeply care about. By offering such a compliment, you show that you value her for more than just her external appearance. You admire her inner drive and the way she channels it into her passions. As a result, she will feel respected and appreciated, and that emotional connection will deepen. Remember, as the philosopher Marcus Aurelius, a modern Stoic, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you show admiration for the qualities that shape her thoughts and actions, You create a bond that transcends superficial attraction. Real life is filled with examples of how impactful this kind of compliment can be. Think about how many times you've been in a conversation where someone praised you for something you genuinely care about. How much more meaningful did that feel compared to a shallow compliment about your appearance? When someone acknowledges the things that truly matter to you, it's a sign they see you for who you are, not just for what you represent on the surface. In relationships, both romantic and platonic, we all want to feel understood and validated. Women, in particular, often find themselves balancing multiple roles, careers, personal aspirations, and familial duties. By complimenting her passion, you're subtly signaling that you understand the complexities of her life and respect the effort she puts into each aspect. It's a rare and powerful sentiment that can't be faked. In today's world, where social media has made compliments easier but often more hollow, taking the time to truly observe someone and recognize their passion is a rare and invaluable gift. So when you find yourself in the presence of a woman who exudes passion and drive, take a moment to let her know that you see her for who she really is. I really respect how passionate you are about the things you care about. It's inspiring is more than just a compliment. It's a key that unlocks deeper connections and a testament to your own character. After all, when you show genuine admiration for someone's drive, you elevate the conversation beyond the superficial and create space for a meaningful relationship to flourish. It's a subtle but profound way to stand out and leave a lasting impression. We want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever given or received a compliment like this? How did it make you feel, and how did it impact the relationship? Drop your comments below. We'd love to hear your insights and experiences. Compliment 9. You've got such a warm, genuine vibe that makes everyone feel comfortable around you. In a world where real connection is becoming increasingly rare, there's a powerful compliment that stands out. You have such a warm, genuine vibe that makes everyone feel comfortable around you. This isn't just flattery, it's a psychological key to attracting others. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. A man who exudes this warmth doesn't just attract attention, he creates an environment of trust and peace. Women, especially those seeking long-term relationships, are drawn to men who project confidence, calm, and the ability to truly connect. But here's the truth. This warmth cannot be faked. Women can sense insincerity instantly. It's about consistency, projecting calm, steady energy in every interaction. A Stoic man doesn't get rattled by external chaos. He remains grounded in his principles. As Seneca said, a man who is steady, who does not falter in the face of difficulty, commands the attention and admiration of others. So, how do you make this work for you? Start by being genuine in every interaction. Focus on others, truly listen, and respond with empathy. When you do this, you'll see how women begin to respond to you in a way that shows real interest. This warmth you project becomes a magnet, not just for attraction, but for real connection. Women don't just seek physical attraction, they seek stability, safety, and emotional depth. Like, if you believe real attraction starts from within. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to learn more about how Stoic principles can transform your life and relationships. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video, guys. I hope you found these 9 compliments useful, and more importantly, backed by real psychological principles. When you understand how attraction works on a deeper level, you're not just throwing words out there, you're speaking to something more profound. So, my advice to you, use these compliments genuinely and with intent. Don't just say things for the sake of saying them. Be present, be mindful, and always remember, attraction isn't just about what you say, it's about how you make someone feel. Confidence and sincerity will always win the day. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more videos on attraction, stoicism, and how to become a more grounded version of yourself. See you in the next one.